Great to see the Princess of Wales celebrating the success of the GB Olympians.
And Harry and Meghan's tour.
Are Harry and Meghan being used as pawns again? Who's picking up the tab for their Colombia trip? The age-old royal dilemma, heirs versus spares, more relevant now? Let's break it all down. You do not want to miss this one. Harry and Meghan's Colombia visit. What's going on?
Hello and welcome to Heirs and Spares, the show where we bring you insight and opinion into the lives of two rather famous royal couples on either side of the Atlantic. I'm Kinsey Schofield, and I'll be bringing you updates on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex right here in sunny California.
And I'm Rupert Bell in sunny England. Record temperatures as I record this, but I'll be bringing you news on the Prince and Princess of Wales.
Rupert, so good to have you. And I know that my audience is thrilled to see you as well. You are, without a doubt, a favorite. And we have some really great news today because over the weekend, we saw a really beautiful clip of the Prince and Princess of Wales. It was Catherine really taking the lead. You can tell she is such a sports nut. Celebrating some of your victories at the Olympics. Did you see the video? What was your reaction? I thought Catherine looked absolutely beautiful and had a healthy glow to her, and it was a thrill to see.
Yes, I did. And you have to say, I know that she would have, I'm sure, as she enjoys the summer holidays, and like so many people in this country, would have been glued to the television to see the efforts of athletes from this country and from around the world. But obviously they would have been rooting very seriously for the GB team, and it was great to see her be part of the celebration. It included people you probably are not overly familiar with, Kinsey, but a few British sports stars: Rebecca Adlington, Claire Balding, who's one of our leading sports presenters, and then we saw Michael Johnson, who works for the BBC out here. And to cap it all, the man who seems to have been everywhere at the Olympics, Mr. Snoop Dogg himself, comes at the end, which is just a bit too cool for school. But anyway, that was, and so, yes, look, Britain did pretty well. I think we won 65 medals. I'm not sure how many goals it was in that total, but all in all, yes, it was a terrific performance from the GB team. Everyone's happy about that. But to see that the royal family involved and enjoying the coverage and then finding a way to celebrate. The other thing I did notice, obviously, William has grown a holiday beard.
Harry and Meghan touched down in Colombia this week for a humanitarian tour. The headlines paint a glowing picture. Royal charm meets South American sunshine. But why now? And who benefits from this visit? Sources say they're promoting mental health awareness, a noble cause. But with international press and political figures involved, is this just PR? Bias. Who's paying for this? Let's talk money. These trips don't come cheap. Private security, logistics, accommodations, it could run into 6 figures. So, who's footing the bill? Is it the Colombian government?
Yeah, I think everybody noticed that holiday beard. He looked very rugged and very handsome. That is so funny that you said that about Snoop Dogg, because I saw the video on Instagram of the Prince and Princess of Wales. And so I was scrolling through Instagram, and it was a picture of Snoop Dogg that initially popped up on their feed. And the running joke has been that Snoop Dogg will just endorse anything throughout the Olympics, whether it's a burrito, whether it's ski equipment, whatever. It's Snoop Dogg commercials. He's everywhere throughout the Olympics. And so I thought, did this man hack the Prince and Princess of Wales's Instagram account? I mean, truly, he is everywhere. So that was not on my bingo card. The Snoop Dogg leading into a video of the Prince and Princess of Wales. I bet you Prince William got a kick out of that. And the royal fans really falling to pieces over this handsome stubble on his face. Now, you probably know more about this than I do, but we likely don't see that very often due to protocol. Is that the right mindset, or is this just he knows that it looks nicer and he looks more well kept when he doesn't? What is the status there of the beard?
Well, beards are in vogue. I mean, I wouldn't want to grow one, even on a holiday. I start to feel sort of grubby, but it's all the vogue. So I have to say, if he wants to, he's on holiday. Why not? And actually, if you look through history, Edward VII, all kings, moustaches, everything was, that's what you grew. It just went out of fashion. Then it has come back, and now all the sort of younger generation, I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but I'll have to admit it, have all got beards now. My youngest son, he goes around with a beard, so it's all part of it. And I suppose for William, when he's on holiday, he can he hasn't got much hair on top to let down, but maybe he wants to let some hair out and not worry about shaving. So happy holidays to them all. And obviously, like many, they would have been sitting around with their children watching the extensive Olympic coverage. And the interesting thing at the end, with Snoop Dogg endorsing and saying how lovely the Prince and Prince of Wales is, I wonder how well that went down on your neck of the woods with your couple. But Snoop Dogg, I mean, he was everywhere. He was even turning up to dressage to watch the dancing horses. And so he just would pop up and it seemed to be lovely. He turned up in riding gear, I think, at the dressage one day. I mean, I think he was working for your NBC organization, but he seemed to make sure that Snoop Dogg seemed to be popping up on every organization. But fair play, the Olympics done and dusted. And look, the royal family have sporting connections with it. The Princess Royal was there in her capacity.
Are local taxpayers sponsoring this PR tour, or are private donors covering costs? The palace may be silent, but we should be asking. Here's where things get juicy. Some royal commentators believe Harry and Meghan are being leveraged to soften diplomatic relations. We've seen this play before. Charming photos, heartfelt speeches. But underneath? A layer of political maneuvering and global PR strategies. The Sussexes may think they're in control, but are they being played? Let's zoom out. This all loops back to the centuries-old divide, the heir and the spare. William has a throne to prepare for. Harry, he's the spare, free but sidelined. Is this global tour a distraction or a bid for relevance? The spare role is tricky. Support, but never outshine. Maybe this trip is Harry saying, I won't be silent. But is the world listening? If you're into royalty, drama, and decoding headlines, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a drop. We go deep weekly. So, are Harry and Meghan really in charge of their narrative? Or are they being used to shape someone else's? One thing's clear. The royal drama is far from over. Next week, we're diving into Kate's media silence, what it means, and why it might be more strategic than we think. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.